Hi, my name is Jessica Walker, and I'm an IKE Services Manager at ikeGPS. Today, I'm going to go over the importance of proper fielding and getting a 360 view of a pole for the back office team. This is critical, especially when assessing low power. Low power is important for both make-ready recommendations as well as communication worker safety. So it's a number that you really want to make sure is correct in your analysis. This example that I have pulled up here, this is a really good example of perception error. Since poles are not a flat object, we do see this in any type of data that is a photo. In this example here, you can see this drip loop. Anything that's on the back side of the pole is going to have the highest degree of perception error. This one we're measuring at 22 foot 10, but if we have more angles, we can check this and make sure that that's the right number. The ideal view for drip loops is going to be perpendicular. So you can see here we have a much clearer idea of how that drip loop is falling and can have a lot more confidence in this measurement versus that one that was on the other side of the pole. So on this one, we're at 24 foot 9, which is nearly a 2 foot difference. So these can vary very drastically. Anything that's not attached directly to the pole, so hanging off, those are going to be the ones you really have to look out for. Another thing that is really important with the angles the pole gives or the field gives you is risers and other equipment. So if the field had taken all of their photos from this angle, we would not be able to get a clear picture of everything that's attached to this pole. In the case of this one, we actually have the correct low power height. So in this one, we've identified the low power as the transformer drip loop. But if we come around to the back side of the pole, we can see that there's a riser here. The riser is attached higher than this drip loop, but we need to make sure that we take this into account during our analysis. And this is just an example of something that's really easy to miss if you don't have the right angles. For poles that are in backyards, you need to be really careful to get as much information as possible when you're out in the field. These are spots that you do not want to have to revisit if you don't have to. So getting as much information as possible the first time is super important. And this is a good example of a fielder who kind of got creative. So they got us a really good forward view of the pole. But then they also went behind the shed and got us a view of the back side of the pole. This helps us see how the secondary is attached. It gives us a good view of the transformer drip loops and the comm attachment. And it just helps us get a better feel for everything that's attached to this pole. So when you're out in the field, just make sure you're getting each side of the pole in at least one image, and you should have much more accurate results than if you're only taking it from one side. Hopefully this was helpful, and hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks.